Shalom, und auf Sosberg no praise to Howell, Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle, great most and honors you brothers doing the work of the most in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. His son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning then, Sham meaning names, Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai. This one's inspired. It's a thought that I have on and off every whatsoever period, right? And then it's very much on this concept that this world that we live in, the concept of ex-girlfriends, or exes, ex-wives, or whatever, what have you, right? Even just the concept of a girlfriend and a boyfriend, those are concepts that are alien to the scriptures, right? This idea of an ex, which is normalized in this kingdom, right, it was never meant to be this way, right? The Lord had never designed it to be this way. Now ultimately he did, right? Because that's why nothing happens unless it's of the Most High's will, right? But the ideal is that one woman would basically get and join her husband, right? And that will be the only man that she will know all her life, right? And then the man could have multiple women, right? But they will all be his women for all of their lives. So in the kingdom, when we be getting women's in that, right, those are going to be our women from the point we pop them for the rest of eternity. Okay, so this is Matthew 19:8, and then I'm going to jump back up. Right, it says, he saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. Right, and that's from where the lesson title comes. Right, in the beginning it wasn't really the right way of doing things, right? But once again, as you read there, because of the hardness, right, of Israel, right, the law, which the Lord allowed it. Okay, but once again, in the kingdom, it ain't gonna be this way. Okay, it ain't gonna be this way. Right, it says, and I say unto whosoever shall put away his wife, except to be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery, and whosoever marrieth her, which is put away, doth commit adultery. Right, and in this world, that's all that happens. Right, none of us deal with virgins. Right, you'll get certain chicks where technically they'll try and get technical with it. Right, he says, "Oh no, I haven't been, I've had sex," but they've, been, sucking off all the rods on the block, got, done up the, the backside and stuff like that. But they'll be like, "Oh no, I ain't," and just for all of these things that we're speaking about, the whole concept, like I said, the whole concept of exes, the whole no virgins, and all of that. Just for those things alone, this place needs to be destroyed, and ultimately will be destroyed. Okay, and that's that's why we yearn for the new kingdom, right? 2 Peter 3:13, right, speaks about we seek for a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? Because once again, the concept of an ex that's unrighteous, right? But this is the world that we live in. Okay, and that's why it feels the way that it feels, right? This is Matthew 19:3. It says the Pharisees also, jumping back up, right? It says the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, right, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them from the beginning made them male and female? Okay, wink, wink. It says, and said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Right? I remember years and years ago, he was a reasonable brother, and you read scriptures every now and then, you just kind of look at them differently, right? And this was one of those moments when it's something simple, but I remember at the time it was like, whoa. Because when you read it deep, this precept is basically saying, if you're with someone, the Most High is the one that made that connection happen, right? And then also this concept of being one flesh, you see that, right? They start doing things that you do, whatever, what have you. But once again, in this kingdom, right, because of the wickedness right, that Esau allows, right, you basically have these broads that have just got all of these different spirits on them, right, which is why they're so bugged out. And once again, for that, this place is going to be destroyed. Right, he's put this idea of, a cock carousels and stuff like that. You have, I remember is one broad, that I worked with ended up, which she got divorced, got married young, got divorced, and then after that she just started being a hoe, right? And that's what Esau allows, and that is gonna come to an end, right? And come to an end real soon, right? Is verse 6, wherefore they twain, right? So they go from two, right, but one flesh. What therefore the Most High hath joined together, right? So on that previous point I was speaking about, if a man's with a woman, the Most High hath done that joining. The Most High is like, all right, cool. I'm a pair that woman up with that man, right? And I'm gonna pair that other woman up with that same man. Right, you gotta be explicit with that, because you get individuals that will be like, oh, whoa, 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 right? But that's just the way it is. A man can do it, women can, okay. But Esau's tried to flip that round, right? Esau has tried to make it seem like they can by witchcraft, right, in the media, right? Says Isaiah 29:16 says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, right? Because man, I'll be some of the things I'll be hearing when I'm at work. Basically now it's what do you call it? You basically have women that do booty calls. Back in the day, you'd have the man who was the guy, and he was calling up this chick, that chick, and she come around. But now it's been flipped round, right? Where it's really these bros that be like, oh, this guy's my booty call. I've legit heard a woman say that, right? That this particular guy is her booty call, right? But as the theme, common phrase throughout this lesson, and that's why this place is going to be destroyed, right? Because that breeds nothing but disease, okay? As for the shall the work of him say that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding, right? And basically, when Esau's allowing these things to happen, he's basically saying that the Most High didn't know what he was doing when he said a woman's supposed to only ever be with one man her entire life, okay? If he does, it's a different matter. But like, when you look in the kingdom, the Israelite man is never gonna die. All right, so she's with him for eternity, right? So next one, it says 1 Corinthians 7 from 9. It says, but if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. Now, the first thing that we got to cover, right, is what is marriage according to the scriptures, okay? This is Exodus 22:16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife, okay? So basically, if you see, in the ancient world, it was like this. You see a woman, you like her, there were channels, right? You either made that agreement, unified that with her father, right? In the account in Deuteronomy the 22nd chapter, right? If it got to it, if you took it. But the ultimate thing is, if you popped her, that was now your wife, right? And then you had to pay that dowry, right? You had to pay up, okay? And that's it. That's marriage according to the scriptures. So once again, all of these women have multiple husbands, right? They've had multiple husbands, and that's why one of the precepts we're going to get is about how this is a wicked and adulterous generation. It's all a mess, right? So once again, it's all confusion, right? It's all confusion. Once again, from the beginning, it was not so, right? The concept of an ex, right? It's madness, okay? As in the context of this world, because once again, the law, did allow for divorce, right? But once again, it was never really meant to be that way. But nowadays, that's just a common thing, right? That's just a common thing. You be hearing, you might even be walking, see your ex with a so-called ex with another guy, right? And then nowadays might see your ex with a girl, okay? And that's just the mess, right, of this place, right? It's messy. It's okay. So let's carry on. Verse 10 says, and unto the married a command, Yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, but and if she depart, let her remain unmarried. And that doesn't happen in this kingdom, right? That doesn't happen in this kingdom at all, right? She what do you call it? She goes and a lot of times just rides the court carousel, right? Which says, but and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, right? Basically joined to her husband again, right? So then let not the husband put away his wife, okay? But let's carry on. So we read that one, right? And this is why it says Jeremiah 3 from the top says, they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Right? And that land there is basically talking about the woman's vagina, right? This is an allegory. But yeah, and this is talking about that woman's vagina. It says, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith Yahweh. Okay, so here it's basically showing you that whole, multiple sex partners. You get certain chicks that are on the pill, just letting every single guy they meet, bust nuts in them. Okay, it's just you just think about just how nasty that is, right? It's just all a nastiness, man. Right, but once again, that's why we can't wait for the kingdom where there is none of this happening, right? In the scale that is, well, not I say in the scale, but it's not going to be happening. Period. I was just trying to, hone in on the fact in this kingdom, it's happening on, an unimaginable scale. Okay, and the last precept is promised, right? Matthew 16:4 says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, right? And there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed, right? But the point that I wanted there was a wicked and adulterous generation, right? And this generation is adulterous as hell, because you may be listening, you'd be like, okay, but how do you deal with anyone? Look, man, it is what it is. Now the standard that we observe is just, you ask her, you like, look, you single. She says she's single, then it is, it is what it is, right? But yeah, as always, laws without edifying. Until the next time we say, Shalom.